Hello and welcome to our Boyle Sports Budget Preview. I'm Nicola McGeady and I'm joined by our spokesman Leon Blanche. Leon, Wednesday the 9th of December is Budget Day and everybody is clearly going to be sitting on the edge of their seats as it affects the whole country, each and every one of us. Now Boyle Sports have decided to devise a number of specials. So let's talk through these specials. First one is the carbon tax special. Will carbon tax be introduced?
Yeah, I suppose it's a topic that is certainly up for debate. I know the Green Party wants it. Many people believe that that's one of the reasons why they're still in government when they had that make or break session with Fianna Fáil. And I think carbon tax may be introduced. It's a way of getting money. It's a way of trying to make Ireland a better place in terms of overall living.
It's very clear cut in the betting. What is the odds?
Yeah, I mean, they're 10 to 1 on to introduce it and 5 to 1 that it doesn't get introduced. So bookies are normally right. Sometimes we've been proved wrong, but I think that will happen, Nicola. I think carbon tax will be introduced, especially with the influence of John Gormley and the Green Party. OK, well, we're still unsure about beer, whether there's going to be an extra duty on that. Cigarettes is a certainty, though. You know, the government are anti-cigarettes, the messages. They don't really care about smokers. You know, they want to put this duty on them to prevent people from smoking. Yeah, and I think, I think you're dead right there. But unfortunately, I think it doesn't matter how much we increase the price of cigarettes, people will still smoke because that's what they do. In these times, listen, sure, it's nearly a tenner a packet if they do increase it, so it may be too much. But it's 16 to 1 on. So that means you've got to give a bookie 16 quid. If cigarettes are hiked up, then it goes to 17 is what you'll get back. So it's very short. 13 to 2, no. The only little bit of thing that might happen here is because we increased our VAT to 21.5% in the last budget from 21, and in England and obviously in Northern Ireland it was decreased from 17.5 down to 15. That might play on the government a little bit, but I do feel that they will increase cigarettes. OK,
children's allowance now. It's definitely, I'd say so, according to the odds, it's going to be reduced for people who are earning salaries of over €100,000 per annum.
Yeah, I think that what the government are going to do in this budget is they're going to means test an awful lot of people. I think it's wrong to just give everybody the same child benefit when, say, one person earns 40 grand a year and the same person might earn 150,000 a year, and you're giving them the same benefit. So I do think we need to bring that into line with a lot of our European counterparts.
That's something the government's doing right, and means testing.
Yeah, it is. And I know it's going to upset a few people, but you're never going to make anyone happy anyway with a budget 20 to 1 on that children's allowance will be means tested. So again, it's very, very short. It's not a lot of value for people out there, and we do have a couple of markets coming up that are a little bit closer.
Yeah, a very interesting one is now whether or not VAT will be reduced. Everyone's shopping in the north, so maybe the Irish government will think, well, to entice the shoppers back to shop in the south, they're going to reduce the VAT maybe?
Yeah, well, this was one of the things that kind of backfired on the government last December. They thought that by increasing the VAT they would bring in a certain amount of revenue, but in actual fact they lost out on something like €750 million when people, as you rightly said, went up to the north. So I've already mentioned the north's VAT is 15%, our VAT is 21.5%. There's a massive discrepancy there. The odds are very, very close on this one, Nicola. If you believe VAT will be reduced, it's even money. If you don't think it will, it's 11 to 8 on. So it's very, very tight. This one could go either way. I'm not going to predict what the government will do. It'll be a flip of a coin. But I think a lot of Irish shoppers and spenders will be hoping that the VAT comes down.
OK. Well, a market we found it quite tough to price up was next elected Taoiseach. It's hard to tell at this stage. But who is the favourite? I believe it's Enda Kenny is the favourite. Yeah,
he certainly is, Nicola. He's the clear favourite. It looks as if anyone's going to come in and take over from the Fianna Fáil Independent and Green Party coalition we have now, it'll be Fine Gael, probably with Labour. I think Enda Kenny is a strong runner. He's 13 to 8 on favourite.
Brian Kenny can hardly be re-elected. At the moment he's, public enemy number one, aside from Henri.
Well, he is public enemy number one, but if Fianna Fáil can get through this budget, if they start to improve on the overall picture next year, nothing's impossible in politics. He's the 7 to 2 second favourite. And then a guy who I'm a big fan of, Richard Bruton. He, of course, is the finance minister for Fine Gael at the moment. Many believe out there, or many people say, if he actually went and took over from Kenny and George Lee became the finance minister, Fine Gael would have a really, really solid team. He's a 6 to 1 chance. He probably won't get the leadership just yet. Kenny is still in pole position. And it all is going to depend on how people react to this budget, but more importantly, I think, how the country gets on in 2010. That's going to be a massive, massive year.